Thank you very much for watching the Logic Slot channel. I'm Nasir Khan, and in this video, I'm going to be doing a full movie review of the Pakistani movie Maalik. Okay, so first of all, I watched this film when they released it themselves on YouTube, so I did not watch this film in the theater. And also, this film got banned when it got released, and then it got unbanned after a while, after like maybe 6 months. And when they banned it, there was a lot of noise in the media about freedom of expression and all those other nice discussions. And unfortunately, a lot of people came in and discussed the ending of this film. So the film was already spoiled for me. When I watched it, I knew that this is how it's going to end. And I got a lot of comments from people that this is the crappiest film that they've ever watched in their life. What I have to say is, I watched this film and I watched it for 2.5, I think it's 2.5 hour long. I watched it for 2.5 hours straight. I did watch it at home and for free, but I watched it straight, right? So it did not put me off so much that I would turn it off and say, this is not a good film. I couldn't personally understand the controversy. So the reason it was banned was because they said the negative characters are all Sindhi and the positive characters are all Pashtun and Punjabi. And look, if I was watching the film without that background, I would probably not even have noticed this. But because it was called out and because such a big deal was made out of it, yes, I did notice it. Yes, that is an issue in the film. It was actually something that he could have very easily fixed by having some protagonists also be Sindhi in the film. But my comment on this is that everyone in Pakistan has an ethnicity. Alright, every single person in Pakistan has an ethnicity, and you can tell their ethnicity by the way they speak Urdu language. Okay, even if you are Urdu speaking, you can tell by the way the guy speaks Urdu language. I am Punjabi myself. We speak Urdu, it's very simple Urdu, and we mix a lot of Punjabi words in it, thinking that we are speaking Urdu, but in reality, we are speaking a mixture of the two languages. You can tell by someone speaking what their ethnicity is. So, if you're writing a character that is rooted in Pakistan, he will have some ethnicity. 24, the series that they had here in the US a few years ago, that one had a season in which they were showing Muslims as the antagonist, as the negative character. And then what they did was a lot of the side characters were also Muslim, just to make sure that they balance it off and don't stereotype a certain religion. Similarly, he should have paid more attention to not stereotyping a religion, but if he even did, I think they overreacted in banning it, and I think the court eventually did the right thing in unbanning it as well. The other thing to keep in mind is that when we call a film a flop, what does that even mean, right? This film made 6 crore rupees in Pakistan. Bahubali 2 this year made 5 crore rupees, right? So what's a flop? What's a hit? Right, we have to set up some quantified numbers and say, that this much is, good business and this one is not good business. So to me, the film did very well in the theaters. If it made 6 crore and made more than Bahubali 2, but some of the pundits, and you can actually search on YouTube about Maalik, and you'll probably see the discussions from a year ago. Some of them were coming in and saying that this film could not even have lasted 2 weeks if you had not created this controversy about it. This film is more like a telefilm. Don't expect the same pacing as that of a film. I was not watching it in a theater, but I think if you were probably expecting the picture quality and the sound design, etc., to be more film-like, to be more high production than this one was. Ashir Azeem himself has some X factor. I don't know what it is, but he is a very likable person, and that comes off on the screen. I mean, he's not your chocolate type hero, but some of the dialogues, the way he can deliver them is just exceptional. Some of the dialogues that he had actually written were very, very good as well. What he has been able to do with most of his characters is that as a viewer, you care about them a lot. Even if it is a antagonist, then you care about, okay, how is this guy going to come to his conclusion? Or if it's a good guy, then you want to see him do well at the end of the film. So, the emotional hook with the characters is what keeps you interested in the film. I think the second half is a lot better than the first one because the second half has multiple storylines all intermingling with each other, so you're always finding something of interest when you're watching it. The first half does have a army action sequence, which actually was fairly well done. I think if I compare with Yalghar had a higher production value than this film. But Yalghar scenes looked a lot like noise. This one had heart to it as well, so it got you really into it for these sequences that were made with the army action. There is one scene in the film, pretty much they're showing Waziristan and they're showing an army helicopter coming in and shooting at some militants, etc., and then rocket misfires. That was just a brilliant scene. Okay, so everything about that scene, from the acting to the cinematography to the background score, and surprisingly, even the VFX look good, right? So the helicopter does not look completely fake. Some of the scenes are very, very pretty to look at. Some of the sceneries that they've shot there that look very, 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 very good. And if they just had like a normal camera, it says a lot about the actual location that they were shooting at, because it's just that location which is so pretty that you don't actually need a lot of post-processing to make it look nice. So my overall rating of this film is 2 out of 5. It's not like 0 out of 5 as a lot of people had suggested. It's not the biggest flop that ever hit Pakistani theaters, as a lot of people will suggest even right now. Same as Yalghar, although if I had to pick one or the other, I would probably say watch Maalik, because it has a lot of other storylines in it which are not just completely army focused. So there's a lady who is playing a secret agent of the army, and that's just a bizarre character. I mean, she's completely unbelievable in that entire role, and that was, I think, the one moment that sort of put me off, and I started doing something else instead of focusing on the film. So that was my review of Maalik. Click the subscribe button if you want to be notified about more videos like this. Click the like button if you liked this video. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye and take care.